All right, hope you're having an awesome day. Today, we're going to jump on how to fix those fat shots. I'm gonna give you 5 keys to fix you up. Let's go. Okay, we are at the beautiful Braemar Country Club, in case you're wondering where I shoot everything at. Well, most things at, and this course is in a lot of commercials. So actually, Dustin Johnson's here today. They're shooting a commercial. So a lot of the commercials you see on TV are shot right here, which is pretty cool. They just don't tell you what course they're at in the commercial, but I'll tell you. So as always, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything. Appreciate the support. And today we're jumping on my 5 keys to eliminate the fat, chunky shot. All right? So, let's do it. Stop talking. I know. Here we go. Okay, these tips will work pretty much with any club in your bag. I'm gonna hit an 8-iron right now, but just know you can apply these to just about any iron, even your woods too, if you like. And tip number 1 is this. What we want to do is start moving the ball forward. Okay, tip 1, move that ball forward. So many times you're hitting it fat and you keep moving it back. That's going to cause a lot of problems. So what I want you to do, especially in practice, is keep moving that ball forward and keep moving it forward until you're like ridiculously forward. It's a drill, it's practice, but you want to keep moving it forward, because the more forward you move that ball, the more you're going to change where you hit it in relation to the bottom of your swing arc. Okay, the bottom of your swing arc is where you're going to interact with the ground. So if you keep moving it back, you're going to have to change that swing arc so you hit the ball first. But what we want to do is change it the other direction. So just start moving it forward to practice. Here's normal. Start with the ball. Then go even more forward. 8-iron here. Keep going. Get it up there. And what you're going to start doing is changing where you make contact with that ball. So you're not going to keep it there, but what you want to do is you want to practice moving it forward, because then you could put it more center and you'll be used to hitting it out here and stop hitting behind the ball. That's going to be your first step. Then you'll be able to move it back. After you do that a few times, then you can move it to a normal position, and then all of a sudden, it just might have fixed everything. But if that doesn't work, we're gonna go to step 2. Okay, step 2, or key number 2 in why you're hitting it fat could be because your hands are getting too far forward. Okay, so now what you're going to do is start practicing moving your hands back. So keep the ball in the center of your stance and just start moving your hands backwards and see what happens. Most of the time, you hit it fat and you start moving your hands more forward. Okay? The more forward you go, the steeper you start coming down on that golf ball. So we don't want to do that. Okay? So now start moving your hands backwards and just see how far back you can go and still hit the ball. And see what happens. You're trying to develop your feel and find the right position that works for you, because that's going to really be the key to your game and you helping yourself get better. So start moving those hands backwards. Here's where you might be here. Go here, go here. I'm here. I'm going to go here. Go more back. Here, well, that's way back. Try it. That was good. Go more back. Oh, this is not right. That's fine. Keep backing it up. Keep backing it up till it's like This is totally wrong. That's fine. And then what you're going to do is start returning back to a more normal position, but you're gonna find there's certain positions where you make better contact with the ball, and that's where you wanna land eventually. And so the more you practice adjusting your hand position, the better off you're gonna be and the better contact you're gonna start making with the ball. So start moving those hands back to see what is a good position for you. I know it goes against kind of conventional thoughts, but this is an unconventional game, so we need to do things different to find what works. That's step 2. Let's move on. Okay, same camera angle here for this step, and this is super important. Here's what I want you to start practicing. What happens is a lot of times you hit it back. What you do is you sway back off the ball, okay? And when you do that, you're changing the bottom of your swing arc. You're moving it this way, and that is fat, okay? This way would be thin. But what you're doing is you take a backswing and you move a few inches off the ball, and then you don't return there. So you turn, and then you're rotating, but you're way back here. So now everything's messed up. That's why you move your hands and you do all the other stuff, is mainly because of this problem here, is swaying off the ball. So for this drill or this feeling, what I want you to do is feel like on your back swing, as you take it back and you're rotating, okay? I want you to feel like you're moving this direction, okay? So you're gonna feel, this is what you're gonna feel, okay? You're not gonna move that way, to be honest, but I want you to feel like you do this. And you're not going to, you're probably gonna be right here and still move a touch to the right, but I want you to feel like you're moving forward. What's cool about this and geometry and physics and all that good stuff is that as you rotate, your center of, let's say the center of gravity of your swing is moving, okay? Because your weight is turning this way, so your center of gravity is kind of up here somewhere. But if you sway off the ball, it gets out here. And you don't want that, because then you come down behind the ball. So if you rotate and feel like you move forward a little bit, your center of gravity is right up here, and then you can return it to that ball, right? So try this, just a drill. I really want you to really rotate and move forward in the drill and see what happens, okay? So it's gonna look like this. What's awesome about that is you can actually, if you do this, you can actually feel like you move forward on your backswing, and then in your downswing, you could actually stay behind the ball, and you, just because of how everything works, you're in a good position, and your center of gravity never moved to the right. So just feel here, and then it's easier to stay behind the ball if you feel like you're moving forward on your backswing. And the more exaggerated you feel that, the better off you're going to be, because then when you take it to the golf course, it's very difficult to take the range practice to the course, but you can take a piece of it, and if you just stop sliding off a little bit, it's gonna make a world of difference. So that's step 3, feel like you're moving this way on your backswing. Got more. Hello, all right. This step number 4 here is super important, and the reason we're down here is because we're talking about our footwork, and I really want to give you a good illustration of what needs to happen in your footwork. And we're really going to talk about your back foot right now, okay? And if you want to watch my footwork video, I'll leave a link up here. Click that. It's good for footwork. What you want to do, ideally, here's how you want your footwork to, your feet to work. On the backswing, you really want to stay on the inside of this back foot. So as you take it back, you're in here, okay? Now, in my video on my drill, there's drills you can do, a lot of drills you can do to help that. Shoes are important too. It's not a shoe commercial, but these Athlon shoes, link in the description below, use promo code MrShortGame, that kind of thing. They help, they're designed to, they tilt in a little bit, which is better all around anyways, but especially in golf, because it helps you stay more like this by itself. So you want to stay on the inside of that back foot on the backswing. And then as you hit the ball, as you come down, you want to continue to roll on the inside of that right foot. And then after you hit, you rotate up on the toe. Okay? So a lot of times people they stay on the inside, but then they go straight to the toe. You don't want to go straight to the toe. You want to roll and then go. You see the difference? So if I'm here and I go straight to the toe, my foot is just going straight up. I don't want my foot to be in that position. I want it to roll and you've actually moved forward like an inch or so because of how you've done it. You rolled here and then come up here. So if I just start, that's where my foot started, the center of my foot started. And if I do it wrong, I'm right here. That's no good, okay? You wanna roll in here and then roll up here and then look, then you're right here. You've moved that far forward. And when you do that, you got a nice divot going. Most people stay here, they go straight to their toe and they think, oh, I finished on my toe, or they're like this. That's no good either. Proper footwork is key to hitting clean shots. So that's why we're down here in the dirt getting this, and this is really critical. So practice rolling in and then up on your toe. And give yourself like maybe 1,000 balls just focusing on footwork. Okay? You think I'm joking around, I'm serious. It's golf. It's gonna take a ton of work. Like literally 1,000 balls on each one of these drills would be good for you, or more. But one is gonna be more, let's say, you're gonna have errors in one area more than the other. Most of the time it's footwork, but there's something else you can do too that's going to help. But give this a go. Okay, number 5. Sorry about the sun. You know, what are you gonna do? It's California. Here's the key, what you want to do here. And it has to do with shallowing the club out. And there's a couple pieces to it that you should really focus on. One is, if you get too long in your backswing, okay, it's very difficult to then shallow that club out. Because the more shallow you come into the ball, the less chance you're gonna hit it fat. There's just more room for error. You have more margin for error. Whereas if you're coming in too steep, it's ball or nothing. It's either hit that ball clean or thin it or fat it. But if you come in more shallow, you have a much better opportunity. So I'm gonna give you kind of 2 things to think about and then a little drill that's gonna help you understand the feeling and how to get it, okay? So one is, if you're too long, as you transition onto your downswing, you're just gonna come straight down, and that's gonna be very challenging to overcome. You're just gonna hit a lot of inconsistent shots. So we wanna keep that shorter. This is iron stuff. Keep it shorter, okay? Maybe about shoulder height is fine. I mean, look at shoulder height, that's a pretty full swing. You're in here, if you get a little extra wrist cock, you're right at parallel, so don't worry about that. Right here, shoulder height. That's where you wanna be. And then you just wanna feel this. So it's a combination of either feeling that hand lay down or you're turning the screw here. So you're doing one of the two. You're laying down, turning that screw there. You're gonna do one of those 2 things right in there to get that feeling, to get that club this way. So that's gonna look like here, get short, turn the screw, lay the hand down, okay? And that's just a feeling, a drill. Just practice it a number of times. So you're here, right there, that's the feeling, and go through. And then, so those are the 2 thoughts. The drill, I want you to, I don't even know if I'd call it a drill, but the thing I want you to do is practice banging the club off the ground without using the leading edge, okay? So it's gonna kind of feel like this. You feel that? There you go. So that's a divot using the bounce, not the leading edge. And that's the difference. This will be leading edge. You can still take a nice divot, but just feel it thump off the ground. Just feel that. And then you could hit a few shots like that and see what happens. See the feeling of thumping this on the ground, not the leading edge. So I'm feeling short, this, and thump the bounce on the ground. So that, in all of this, is by far the hardest one, and it will take some time, but as you get it, you'll start to understand the feeling of the bounce interacting with the ground as opposed to that leading edge, which typically leads to that fat, chunky, inconsistent shot that we want to avoid. All right, hope this video was helpful in terms of fixing those chunky shots for you. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the support. If you want to see more videos, like a long iron video to help your long game, click over here. If you want to have a little more fun, a little more entertaining style video, right over here for you. Until next time, love you guys. See you in the next video.